We can also add shadows around elements. So we did a shadow around text that offsets the text, but we can also put shadows on the edges of elements. So to do that, we're going to add one to the body. So go down, find the body selector, right? The body style block. And the way to do that is with the property box-shadow. And so you get box-shadow, and then it has the same values as the text shadow. So the first one is the color, right? And we're going to use RGB 51, 51, 51. And now we want it to offset to the right. So remember, that's a positive number. That's your X offset. And we want it to be 15 pixels. That's quite a bit. And we don't want to offset down at all. So we're going to use a 0 pixel. And then we want it to be pretty blurry. So we'll do a 25 pixel blur. So let's save that and refresh. And there, look what we got. We got this box shadow on the right side. We said offset it to the right. Don't offset it up or down, right? We just did an X offset and the Y offset was 0. So we got the shadow. It's that gray color and it has quite a blur to it, that 25 pixel blur. Now we want to add one over here. So we can remember that we can do 2, and the way we do 2, we keep only a single box shadow property and we put a comma. And the next one that we want to do is going to be just like this, except what will we change? Think about it. What we're going to change is we want to go left, and so that's a negative X offset. And we won't do, again, we won't do a Y offset because we don't want it to go left or right. We just want it to go on left. And we'll say leave the same color and the same blur. So we go back and we refresh, and there we get one along the left side. Pretty cool, right? Now notice how this shadow is on the outside edge of the element. You can also do it on an inside edge of an element. And we want to do that here in the article. We don't want to have any shadow up here in the navigation or the header or down in the footer, but we want to have it inside just the article. And so to do that, we want to find the article style block. So let's see, where's the article style block? Okay, there it is, article. And we're going to add it up here. So, and it's, again, it's the box shadow is the property. And then we want to choose the color. Oh no, if we want to be on the inside, we have to put in a keyword called inset. And that will make it be on the inside of the element rather than the outside. Then we put the RGB color, and this one is 71, 71, 71. Okay, so that's RGB color. Now the values are a little bit backwards. They're different than what we had before. So now when we want to talk about the X direction, we start on the right side. We said how much we're going inside, right? So we want to move in a negative direction, but we're starting on the right edge and we're going to go a negative 10 pixels. So that's how, so we're going to go a negative 10 pixels in the X direction. And then for the Y direction, we're going to start on the bottom and we want to go up, which is a negative 10 pixels in the Y direction. So negative 10. And we do still want to be blurry, so we'll add the 25 pixel blur. And let's go ahead and see what that looks like. So there, from the right edge, we went 10 pixels in the negative direction for X, and from the bottom we went negative 10 direction from the Y, and then we put a big blur. Now we want to do the same thing on the top and the bottom. So what we'll do is we'll use positive values, and it'll start us in the X direction, it'll start us on the left side, and we'll go a positive 10. And for the Y direction, it'll start us on the top, and we'll go a positive direction down. So it looks really similar. Again, when we want to add a second one, we keep the single box property, box shadow, and we put a comma. So if I do that, and I'm just going to copy it because it's the same color and the same blur. But now we're going to use positive values, which will take us from the top edge and go down, and then, from the left edge and go right, positive X, and the top edge and go down, which is the positive Y. So we do that and save and refresh. Oh, it didn't work. Why didn't it work? It did exactly what we said, but we forgot to put inset. So the very first word, we need to put that keyword inset. So it just really covered up the other box shadow that we already had on the outside. So now we refresh, and there we get that inset shadow. So 2 ways to get shadows. On the outside, don't put in a keyword, or on the inside, use the keyword inset.